See him a beast when he hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when he hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch and the champ only need one round like ha. Yeah, me, I'm a G bring heat in the sound
Hey
like.
folks, Jake Noecker here on the Scrap News, and today a very special guest, debatably, in my opinion, the best Hungarian MMA fighter to ever do it, Máté, the cold-blooded Kertész. Máté, my man, about 2 weeks away from the big fight. How you feeling?
Hey everybody! It's nice to be here. I'm feeling really good. I will just start the diet at this week, so I would say the hard part is not here.
Right, and before we get into this interview, I have a silly question for you. Have you ever gotten that you look like Vicente Luque?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that a lot?
Yeah. No, not a lot, but I already got it from 2 people.
Yeah, I've thought that about you for a while, and then doing my research for this interview, I thought it, so I just had to ask. That's funny.
Yeah. I got it already from 2 people. Yeah.
And stylistically, you're mean and vicious, just like he is. So when you guys fight, you look similar too.
Thank you.
So March 4th, Octagon 40, you're taking on John Hathaway, right? Before we get into that fight, do me a favor. I'm an American, so I'm not super familiar with this Tipsport GameChanger 1 million euro prize tournament. So can you just explain that to me and break that down for the people that don't understand what that is and how it works?
It will be like a Champions League, there will be fighters like all over Europe, like from every country, and there will be also a Brazilian fighter. And they try to get like from every country, like the best 77-kilogram guy, and we will fight each other for, I think it will be like 4 tournaments to get the main prize.
So that 16-man card, whoever wins your fight fights the winner of another fight. Okay. So it's much like an American tournament or any other tournament. It's just your guys' version of that.
Yes.
And, big prize, 1 million euros, correct?
Yeah, they will share it. So the winner will get, so the first person will get, I think, 300,000 euros. But that's a good money also.
That's life-changing money right there. Do you have plans what you want to do with that money?
Yeah, of course. I'm buying a house from it.
I already knew that. I saw your interview on Octagon, but I want you to talk more about that.
Yeah, that's the big plan.
That's great, man. And during that interview, that little flash montage they made for Octagon, you really talked about wanting to buy your first house and just using your family as motivation going into this tournament. Opposed to in the past, you said you use like yourself, your own gain. So going in with that new mindset, that new mentality, how do you think that's going to carry you through this tournament?
It could be, like it could be even hard, if you're thinking about that, what can you lose? But if you can manage it and handle it like on that way that it gives, some plus to your spirit, it's a really, really good force.
And, obviously I mentioned you're from Hungary, one of the best martial artists from Hungary to ever do it, certainly right now. Does that add any extra weight, like representing that nation? Is that another, like, I can't think of the word, but trophy, something on your back, like something to be proud of?
Can you repeat this one again? Like, what you mean?
Just representing Hungary in the tournament. What does that mean to you?
Oh, representing Hungary. I think it's a really big how can I say, it's a really big game changer thing also for us, like for my generation, because there is only a couple Hungarian guys from here who are, representing our country in the big MMA world. So it just starts to get a popular sport here. And, all of us are learning, are we have two options. Like, you know, we are watching videos of other trainers and these kind of stuffs, or we just get on the airplane and fly to the other side of the earth and, you know, trying to learn new techniques and these kind of stuffs. But yeah, it's a good thing, you know, like that we are the people who are carrying the torch.
And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 30.
So you're pretty much in your prime, you know, like you're ready to go and
Yeah.
represent the nation. And like you said, not a lot of huge high profile fighters out of Hungary yet. So it's a great opportunity for you to be one of those pioneers. When you were younger, what got you into this sport? Was it like any specific Hungarian fighter? Was it a UFC fighter? How did you like fall in love with MMA?
Falling in love with MMA was a funny story because first I started with boxing and then I started to do kickboxing, and I only went down for an MMA training because I was moving from one place to another and there were no, you know, kickboxing classes there, only MMA classes. So I
Ooh.
went down and you know, I was wrestling with the guys, but you know, like this groomed wrestling, so nothing special, nothing technical, but I like that stuff. And after it I went home and, you know, I just started to search like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, wrestling and everything like this. And, you know, when I got into it, I just started to do all those things again. And I was like, okay, I like this. I like this even better than just kickboxing.
Was there any like one specific fighter or any fighters that you really idolized when you were younger and looked up to?
Yeah, Anderson Silva.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know, like he was, you know, he was like Muhammad Ali in the cage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Anderson
yeah,
Silva, I when I was a kid absolutely loved him, and you know, I mean even a couple months ago he got a win in boxing, or last year or so.
yeah,
He,
yeah.
he's still doing it. But you know, talking about you and your fight, taking on John Hathaway. Now, John Hathaway is somebody I've known for a long time, used to be in the UFC, beat Diego Sanchez, took 8 years off. Now this is his second fight back. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent?
Uh, I was just what is it? Answering for a article today, and they were asking like, what are the his greatest weakness and advantage, and I would say the same thing. Like he's, you know, like he's a really complete and well-rounded fighter, but he's also through his peak, and I think that's the two main thing in him. So you have to, you know, like you have to take him serious, but there are also weaknesses.
Sure. And have you watched any tape on him studying for the fight?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched a couple fights, but you know, like the older fights, they are like really, really old.
Like 10 years ago,
And
yeah.
yeah, yeah, like like I think I just started MMA that time, you know, and yeah, yeah, so they are really, really old. And mainly, I only watched, you know, his last fight.
Well, from what you
His last
saw,
fight,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. He was, and we were in the same locker room at that fight because I think I was the next fight
Mhm.
after him. So, but it was funny because you know, they were warming up and we were warming up, and my coach was like, "Man, this guy next to us, it's like he's doing our warm up," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, like we do the same things," and yeah, it was funny, but yeah, I saw the fight, and it was a really dominant fight. It was nice.
So how do you feel after watching that fight that you two match up like stylistically based on each other's skill sets?
Mm, my coach thought that maybe we got each other because you know, like Octagon trying to kick out in the first round one of the grappler guys from the 16th.
They're feeding the veteran to a young wolf, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, so you are someone from your highlights. You're a finisher. You have a lot of flashy knockouts, fun highlights. But something I noticed is you haven't gotten a victory by finish since 2019. Is
Yeah.
that going to change next weekend?
Man, I hope so.
What,
I'm
you
going
don't
there.
like going 15 minutes, dude?
Yeah, I just saw statistics that I think I'm David Kozma and me. We are the guys that are nearly was in the octagon ring almost like 3 hours.
Long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So I would be happy if I would win, like, like not in 15 minutes or a little bit shorter time.
Yeah, give your
But
gas tank a
like
rest.
50 minutes or less, winning is winning. I don't care.
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, 15 minutes, 1 minute doesn't make a difference. You're well prepared. And speaking of preparation, where did you train for this fight?
I trained for this fight here at home, but before this fight, so after my last fight in Germany, I went out to AKA, to San Jose.
I saw that on your Instagram.
I was also training there, and after it, for the main part of my preparation, I did it here at home. Yeah.
And what's your gym at home? Like, where's your place?
Oh, it's the gym that you saw on the videos, the BSK CrossFit. It's at Budapest. Yeah, it's a really, really nice gym, and finally we just started to get a team together, like Hungarian pro MMA guys, and it's a really, really good thing. Something starting to happen back here at home, because in the past years everybody was just like preparing on his own. So it's good to having a team and sharing the knowledge.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And it's good to hear that Hungary's getting this little core going that's going to explode soon.
Yeah.
Can you name drop some of your coaches and teammates?
Yeah, so my main coach, you could see him in the videos, that shoot crowd Roland. He's my striking coach, and I'm doing grappling at Carson Gracie with a black belt competitor. He's Jula Sabo, and there are a lot of others, like grapplers from there and from other places, and there are also wrestler guys, like Hungarian national wrestlers, like US Balázs and Püspöki Patrick. They also helping me, and there are also the MMA guys, like I'm training with, like Horváth Ádám. There are also guys from the RFA, like another Slovakian organization, and a lot of Hungarian fighters are there, like Berevsky Dominik and Very István. And man, I could be here and saying names. Lot of guys are helping me, and I'm saying thank you to them.
A lot of killers in that gym. That sounds like some good work you're getting.
Yeah.
And obviously, talking about what's next for you, your goal here is to win the Tipsport, win the €1 million prize, walk away into the sunset. But a win here would also be 3 in a row. And your last loss, you touched on this a little bit in your one interview, was for the title, a decision loss. 3 in a row. You got to think a title shot is close, right? Like, when do you, I guess what does the future hold for you here? Like, what is your goal coming up here? Obviously you want to win the tournament, but when do you want to get another title shot?
Just after the tournament. That would be the greatest year. I already imagine it. I was like, damn, like winning the tournament and after it, with that, I would get a title shot. Best year of my life.
And that would be what, 4 fights in 2023?
Yeah.
It's a busy year, but that would be a good year.
Yeah, but in 2022, I also had 3 fights, and my last fight was in October. Yeah,
So you're used to
so
staying busy.
so it's not an impossible, task.
For sure. And, if you get the next shot at the title, I guess just asking straight up, do you get that win this time around?
Sorry, could you repeat this?
If you get another shot at the title, are
Yes.
you gonna get the win this time around?
Yeah, I don't want to get through the 5 rounds, finishing it.
Is there anything you learned in your loss going for the belt that you're gonna put to use not only in a future title fight, but just in future fights?
Yeah, like a lot of mental things, like how to handle, those situations, like between the fight, not between, before the fights, and also like a lot of situations that are really, really usually happens in the fight, and I didn't train them as much, and those situations, uh, I was handling them with with too much energy, not with flow, and I think that's the biggest thing, to get used to these situations and handling it mentally and physically.
So 2023, okay, you win the tournament, you win the title. Now it's 2024. What's next? Are you content with staying with Octagon, or are you interested in going to another promotion such as UFC, Bellator, One, PFL? There's so many options now.
Yeah, like this could happen, and this would, I would be really interested, like showing myself in UFC also, like, bringing the Hungarian flag also there.
It's been quite a few years since there was a UFC fighter or a Hungarian UFC fighter. Do you remember who that was?
Yeah, it was Melinda Fabian,
That's it. Yes, I couldn't remember who it was. It was driving me crazy. But
yeah,
that was a while ago too. So Hungary's
yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
you guys are hungry
It
for
was,
some UFC, huh?
yeah, absolutely. And like a lot of people are starting to watch it and talking about it. So yeah, it's on point now.
I love it, man. I'm glad you're at the center of it. So Máté, when you're not training, when you're not fighting, if that's ever a time in your life, I know MMA fighters pretty much only train and fight, but if you do ever have some free time, man, how do you spend it? Do you have any like hobbies or interests outside of the cage?
Oh, now in these, like in these training camps, I would say just chilling at home, uh, sometimes, playing with the console, uh, and just be together with my wife because she's also really busy and working a lot. So we are really, really active, from Monday to Saturday. So from the second part, from Saturday and Sunday, we are just want to get a little, noise.
Totally understand. When you are playing on the console, what games do you play? Because I'm a big nerd.
Yeah, I just I just played God of War Ragnarok.
Oh yeah,
Like, yeah, like I'm a big fan of it. So I played through 3 times. Yeah, on the heaviest difficulty. Yeah, but now I just started to play Last of Us again because of the show, But I also played it. I played with the first part and with the second part also, and now we are watching the show, and I was like, okay, let's see the game again.
right. And I don't know
Oh,
if
and this January, I I bought projector or projector,
I don't know if I know that
like
one. No. A
no,
projector.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant a game, but yeah.
yeah. Like, man, it's huge. You want me to show like on the wall that I'm playing? And
Yeah, show us.
so this wall, you see
Yeah.
there is and that wall is full, and I'm just playing, and like you can play it on 4K.
So you just got a
Yeah,
4K 200-inch flat screen on your wall.
yeah. It's just like I'm also a nerd, so it's just crazy.
So do you ever play Skyrim before?
No,
You
but
never play Skyrim?
no, but some friends are was talking to me about it. I only play with the Witcher.
Okay. Let me just say, after this fight, if you need to take a week of your life off, man, do it with Skyrim. Best game ever. Promise you that. It's amazing.
No, I heard it's not a week.
Well, I mean, you can spend your whole life doing it if you want to, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I remember when I was in high school when that came out, I just locked myself in my room for a week and had at it. It was great.
Okay, maybe I will try it.
Highly recommend. And then God of War, I don't know if you heard, but they're apparently making that into a TV show.
Yeah, I heard that too. I
That
hope
would be
they
cool.
will not they will not fuck it up.
Yeah, I mean,
because the game is just too good.
so my last nerd question for you. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan at all?
Yeah.
Did you watch that TV show?
Yes.
They F that one up, in my opinion.
They? Yeah. Like after the movies, yeah, it's
It's hard to top,
yeah.
But
I would say it's the same with the Star Wars stuffs.
I like the Mandalorian. I got the Grogu behind my head there. I
Yeah,
like that show.
I like that, and I like the end of the Obi-Wan. The Darth Vader and Obi-Wan
It was
duel.
cool.
That was really cool. But like they are not will be the same, like like the first 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's not the same, but it was still cool to see, and I'm glad that you're a nerd too. I love talking about nerd stuff, and after your win, we'll do a whole interview about nerdy stuff. But Máté, before we get out of
Okay.
here, I just want to give you the opportunity, man. So many fans, huge following, a whole nation behind you. You got the family at home. Is there anything you'd like to say to everyone? The mic is yours, and you can say it in English or whatever language you'd like.
Oh, that's a hard one. I didn't know that this will come. Okay, so to all the people that will come and see the match at next Saturday, I just want to say like thank you that they are they will be there, they will cheer, and this is a huge thing for us fighter, like living these moments like that so many people are there, and just want to see what we are really good about. So I just want to say thank you to them.
Awesome, man. And let me tell you, I'm all the way over here in Philadelphia, and myself and my 5 friends will all be on the couch cheering you on too come February or
Thanks,
March
man.
4th. So, Máté, thank you so much for your time, dude. I really appreciate it. I had a great time talking to you. And more importantly, everybody, please go follow this man. I will link his social media stuff below. And do not miss Octagon 40, March 4th. Máté going to get that dub on his road to €1 million. Máté, thank you so much, man. And when I say this, I mean it. Kick ass, okay?
Thank you.